The sky was a deep, inky black, speckled with infinite glittering stars, as though someone had taken a handful of diamonds and scattered them throughout the heavens. The air turned into crisp and funky, carrying with it the faint fragrance of autumn leaves and wood smoke. A small organization of aliens accumulated around a campfire, their silhouettes casting eerie shapes against the flames. They were not like any beings the human had ever encountered. Tall and willowy, with sensitive, almost translucent skin, and big, expressive eyes that appeared to hold worlds inside them. Their call, as a ways as the human knew, was the Drellans. And they were fascinated by him. The human, a psychologist named Dr. Emily Cross, had been residing with the Drellans for several months now. They had been a logical, methodical race, with no idea of desires or creativeness. She were tasked with coaching them approximately these mysterious human ideas, and to this point, she had made little progress. They have been in awe of her stories of dreams and daydreams, but they surely could not recognize the abstract nature of it all. It is like looking to explain the sensation of taste to a creature who has no tongue, Doctor Cross said, warming her palms by using the fire. You need to experience it for yourself to simply apprehend. The Drellans nodded in unison, their large ears twitching. Well, why do not we strive and work out? She counseled. Close your eyes and believe. The Drellans hesitated, unsure of what to expect. But after a moment of silence, they complied, lowering their lengthy lashes and drawing in deep breaths. The hearth crackled and popped, casting flickering shadows throughout their faded faces. The nighttime air grew nonetheless, crammed only with the remote hoot of an owl and the tender rustle of leaves. Dr. Cross waited patiently, her heart racing with anticipation. After what seemed like an eternity, one of the Drellans slowly opened their eyes. There were tears streaming down their face. It became. They stammered, it turned into like being alive for the first time. The others around the hearth nodded in settlement, their faces a mixture of surprise and confusion. That's it, Dr. Cross said, her voice slightly above a whisper. That's what dreaming is like. It's a part of what makes us human, a window into our souls. And now, you've felt it for yourselves. The Drellans exchanged glances, their expressions a mix of awe and worry. They knew that this newfound knowledge would alternate their global for all time. As the nighttime wore on, the Drellans back to their camp, their minds reeling with the implications of what they had skilled. They commenced to experiment with their newfound capability to dream, every individual exploring the vast, uncharted panorama of their imagination of their own particular way. Some painted brilliant images, others composed haunting melodies, and nonetheless others sculpted complicated statues that seemed to capture the essence of their desires. Weeks changed into months, and the Drellans' once staid and orderly society started to evolve at an impressive tempo. Their art and literature flourished, as they sought to explore the depths of their desires and percentage their discoveries with each other. Debates raged over that means of goals, and whether they were a gift from a few better energy, or definitely the byproduct of an overactive mind. Their fascination with desires and imagination spread beyond their own international, and soon, the Drellans have been attaining out to different races, keen to proportion their studies and learn from their perspectives. Alien ambassadors and students started to go to their international, drawn with the aid of the promise of learning approximately this mysterious human idea that had so profoundly affected the Drellans. Dr. Cross watched all of it spread with an aggregate of pleasure and wonder. She had by no means imagined that her paintings would have such a profound effect on a whole civilization. As the years went by way of, she determined herself traveling to different worlds, supporting other races understand and embody the electricity of desires and imagination. In the cease, she found out that her challenge wasn't just about teaching the Drellans approximately desires. It changed into about teaching them to dream. And in doing so, she had sparked a cultural and creative revolution that would echo via the cosmos for millennia to come back. The Drellans continued to explore the depths in their desires, pushing the bounds in their creativity and information. They built huge libraries filled with the testimonies, songs, and sculptures that emerged from their collective subconscious. They formed colleges dedicated to the study of dream interpretation and the cultivation of creativeness. And they never forgot the woman who had first taught them how to dream. She became regarded definitely because the Dreamweaver, and her legend grew with each passing 12 months. She became respected as a goddess, a sage, a muse. Her name was whispered in hushed tones, and her likeness adorned the walls of temples and the covers of books. The Drellans built statues in her honor, and that they carved her image into the sides of mountains, so that she would continually watch over them and guide them on their adventure through the limitless realm of dreams. And so it went, 4 generations upon generations. The Drellans persisted to explore their goals, to create art and music and literature that was as vibrant and numerous as the goals themselves. They constructed a society based at the perception that creativeness became no longer just an interest or a sideline hobby. It changed into the very essence of what it's supposed to be alive. They discovered to embody their dreams, to agree with of their instincts, and to follow their hearts anywhere they may lead. And as they did so, they located that the universe was a much stranger and extra wondrous place than they might ever have imagined. They made contact with countless other races, each with their very own particular perspectives and experiences. They shared their tales and their desires, and in doing so, they forged alliances and friendships that spanned the celebs. As for Dr. Cross, the Dreamweaver, she persevered to journey from world to global, spreading her message of desire and proposal. She never settled down, usually moving directly to the following adventure, continually searching out new desires to explore and new minds to inspire. And anywhere she went, she left behind a trail of dreamers, people who were touched via her words and her information, and who would bring her message ahead, into the limitless expanse of the cosmic dream. Her legend grew with every passing 12 months, her have an effect on spreading like ripples on a pond, affecting infinite lives throughout the galaxy. She had become less a person and greater a image, a beacon of desire for individuals who felt misplaced or directionless, a guiding light inside the darkness. And as the years went by means of, her message started to take root, to become part of the very cloth of endless societies, shaping the direction of records and the future of worlds. The Drellans, in the meantime, persevered to flourish, their culture based at the precept that desires had been more than mere fantasies. They had been gateways to deeper understanding and self-discovery. Their art and literature thrived, as generations of dreamers explored the myriad worlds within their minds and shared their visions with the universe. But while their society prospered, there have been continually folks that longed for something extra, something one of a kind. There have been individuals who felt trapped with the aid of the expectations in their way of life, through the strain to comply to the traditional roles assigned to them by means of delivery. And it changed into to those individuals that Dr. Cross, the Dreamweaver, could sooner or later return. She discovered them in dark corners, in forgotten locations, in the shadows wherein they'd hidden themselves away, afraid to embody their actual natures. And she saw the spark of capability within them, the goals that they have been taught to suppress. And so she commenced to teach them, to expose them that it become possible to interrupt loose from the chains of lifestyle, and forge their very own paths through the limitless realm of goals. Her phrases have been like a breath of fresh air, a balm to their wounded souls. They listened intently as she said the strength of creativeness and the significance of following one's coronary heart, irrespective of in which it might lead. And as they listened, they felt a spark ignite inside them, a long-dormant flame that burned with the ability for greatness. They left her presence converted, their eyes bright with willpower and hope. They went forth into the sector, their steps lighter, their hearts lighter still. They have become artists and poets, philosophers and explorers. They became the exchange that they had longed to peer, and in doing so, they helped form the future of their human beings and their global. And so it went, for generations upon generations, because the message of the Dreamweaver endured to echo via the cosmos, inspiring limitless others to chase their goals and to embrace the electricity of creativeness. The universe changed into a substantial and wondrous location, teeming with lifestyles and possibility, and the dreamers were its guiding mild, its beating heart. They were those who dared to dream, who dared to imagine a higher future, and who refused to let the darkness win. And as for Dr. Cross, the Dreamweaver, she persisted on her limitless journey, ever vigilant, ever watchful, ever prepared to lend a guiding hand to those who wanted it most. For she knew that the universe became a dream, and that dreamers like herself have been its caretakers, its stewards, its keepers. And so she would journey on, via the galaxies and across the eons, until the day got here when she would ultimately awaken from the dream that became her life, and step into the next incredible adventure. But for now, her cognizance remained on those around her, individuals who sought her recommend and her awareness. She would sit with them, deep inside the heart of their dreams, and manual them lightly in the direction of self-discovery and information. She might percentage with them the splendor and the phobia of the dreaming mind, and show them that it changed into inside their strength to shape their personal destinies, to forge their own paths through the infinite tapestry of opportunity that turned into the universe. And as she watched them grow and change before her eyes, as she noticed the spark of ability ignite inside their hearts, she knew that she had made the proper desire, that the price she had paid turned into one which needed to be paid. For she become no longer by myself in her adventure, not anymore. She had helped to create a brand new generation of dreamers, a brand new race of beings who understood the true power of creativeness and the endless possibilities that lay inside the dreaming realm. And so she endured on her manner, forever attempting to find individuals who needed her maximum, all the time striving to make a distinction, forever chasing the following incredible dream. For in the long run, that was what being a dreamweaver become all about. It was approximately taking the goals of others and making them real, about displaying them that whatever was possible, that their wildest desires may want to come authentic. It became about giving wish, and approximately spreading light in a world that was regularly darkish and determined. And as she seemed out upon the universe, upon the myriad worlds and civilizations that stretched out before her, she knew that her paintings was not yet carried out. There were countless souls accessible, anticipating someone to show them the way, expecting a person to assist them find their very own direction through the dreaming realm. And so she endured on, ever vigilant, ever watchful, ever ready to lend a guiding hand, understanding that with every new soul she touched, she was making the universe only a little bit brighter, a touch bit extra full of desire and opportunity.